I'm Dr. Kim Kimberling. I'm a Christian marriage counselor. I'm also the leader of Awesome Marriage. I've been a marriage counselor for over 40 years and been married to my amazing wife, Nancy, for over 50 years. Over this time, I've learned so much about marriage and so many things that have helped our marriage, both things that we've done wrong and things we've done right. And I have so many things that I want to share with you that hopefully will make your marriage better. So we were married 5 years when our son Grant was born. Julie came along almost 3 years later. They truly became our world, but we knew that world had to include our marriage. You know, I wish I could give you the formula for how we made that happen, but I can't. It was never a checklist. I think it eventually became a lifestyle for us. The one thing that got Nancy and me through many of the crises of our marriage was really being best friends. You know, a few years ago in an interview, we were talking about one of the really tough times of our marriage, times when we were really on the edge of divorce. And Nancy was asked, "Why did you stay?" Her answer, it was awesome. She said, "I didn't want to lose my best friend." That truth not only helped us weather that crisis, but it also caught our attention when life with kids got our marriage out of balance. We both found we had no time for our best friend. You know, looking back, I think it helped us to watch parents who had children before we did. And we watched them get caught up in the cycle of having their kids do everything so they would not miss out on anything. So we were able to see couples in situations that we didn't want to be a part of, but it still wasn't easy. Once our kids were old enough to do music and sports and other activities, we had to constantly check ourselves. Every couple has to make the decision they feel is best for them and their family. Some thought what we did was too much, while others could not believe that was all that we were doing. We limited our kids to one sport and one other activity. And to be honest, there are a few times that seasons did overlap, but it was only for a short time. It worked for us because we still carved out time for each other every day, and we had a date every week. We held that time together as sacred, and it made a huge, huge difference in our marriage. So I hear some of you saying now, but we got 3 kids, or we got 4 kids, or we got more than that. I get it. What worked for us might not work for you. That's where you've got to step up, and you've got to be the parent. You've got to be the ones that set the rules. You are the only ones that can see the big picture. And guess what? It's okay to say no. You know, I promise you this, no matter how much your kids think they won't survive, if they don't get to play this or be involved with that, they will. They will survive. You know, we loved watching our kids perform, whether on a stage, field, or court. I coached soccer and softball, and I helped out with baseball. Nancy, as a mom, was involved with some other moms, and they organized our snacks and other things, and they helped out a lot. We were involved. And time spent with friends was also very important to us. As our kids got into activities, it was interesting how our friend group began to change since we were around many of the same parents at kids' activities. We found other couples who had similar values about balance and about life. Some of those couples are still our very best friends today. You know, activities gave us a way to spend time with them and each other while we were enjoying our kids. Realizing we had choices was so big for us. You know, I talk to so many parents who don't see that perspective. If all their kids' friends are playing a sport, they think they have to say yes and let their kids play. But they don't. I counseled a couple last year who faced that dilemma. Their 5th grade son made the decision to play fall baseball, which was great. But a few weeks later, he was asked to play on a flag football team that all of his friends were on. If they let him play, it went against everything they had committed to as far as balance in their family. And if they didn't let him play, they were the meanest parents in history, as defined by their 5th grader. They said no. You know, I ran into that couple the following January, and really they were so excited to tell me they were saying no was the best parenting decision they had made in a long time. Some other parents shared that their willingness to say no encouraged them to also say no. And guess what? They weren't any longer the meanest parents in history. As time passed, even their son saw the value in that no. So you may be in the middle of that season of life with your kids, or you may not be there yet. Wherever you are, why not take the time to have that discussion? First, define the values you have for your marriage and for your family. And when it comes to kids and activities, what fits your values? What fits your marriage? Once you agree on that, the next step is a plan of action and accountability to help you make sure that you stay in balance.